On the fake, Williams.
The NFC North is on the line here in Week 16. The oldest rivalry in the NFL between the Bears and Packers is adding another chapter to its illustrious history. Here we have overtime. Tied at 16 with less than 5 minutes left of the overtime period, the Bears need any score to win the game. A win moves the Bears to within an inch of the division title. A Packers win blows the division open and creates a fascinating final 2 weeks. This is how a ballsy play call can create one of the moments of the season. Holding the Bears' offense to 16 to this point in the game is a brilliant job by Jeff Hafley's Packers defense. But with the Bears on the Packers' 46, they desperately need one more stop. In this situation, you're expecting the Bears to run the ball if you're Jeff Hafley. They only need 10 yards to be in field goal range, but a turnover would break this game right open for Green Bay, hence wanting to run the ball because you want to be safe in your approach to getting into field goal range. To combat this, the Packers are in a 3-4 front, with both outside linebackers playing on the edge, creating a 5-down look. You've got Carl Brooks and Brenton Cox playing as 3 techs, and Jordan Riley playing as a 0 tech. On this play, the defensive backs are in an interesting look, with 4 deep as Carrington Valentine is over Colston Loveland and Keyshawn Nixon is over DJ Moore. The safeties, Xavier McKinney and Javon Bullard, are quite narrow in the middle of the field. This initially looks like they're playing cover 4 or cover 6 on the back end to make sure the Bears don't pull out any surprises while letting their front 7 go to work. But what they actually do is disguise into a double buzz man coverage. What this means is that both safeties will buzz down into the box and replace the linebackers, playing that intermediate middle of the field. The 2 corners are both in man on their respective receivers, and the inside linebackers are also on man assignments on the fullback and the running back. By calling this defense, Hafley allows his inside linebackers to play really downhill against a very heavy Bears formation. It's a really good call to try and stuff this Bears run game. But Ben Johnson doesn't usually do what others want him to, and normally there's something up his sleeve. The Bears have been a lot of fun this year, generally waiting until the 4th quarter to turn into a complete powerhouse. This game is no different, having scored 13 of their 16 points in the 4th quarter. On this play, they get into 22 personnel, shifting into a 2x1 look as Cole Kmet moves to the right side of the formation. By having 2 tight ends and a fullback in, they look like they're going to run the ball, which, like I said before, makes sense in this situation, minimise risk taking. But Ben Johnson comes from the Dan Campbell coaching tree, meaning he has balls of steel. The Bears are in a fake outside zone run with Colston Loveland on a 10-yard out route and DJ Moore is on a 10-step post. The read on this is really simple. DJ Moore is your first look as you get out of the play action. If he's covered, move down to Loveland on the out. If this gets covered, then you throw the ball into row Z and you move on to 2nd down. Now, a magical part of this play is the design for the offensive line and tight ends. For the O-line, this is a simple outside zone run. See Brett Coleman's video for a brilliant breakdown of that play design. For Cole Kmet on the backside, he has to deal with the outside linebacker. And for fullback Durham Smythe, he starts with the play action, then he works to the backside and plugs the gap vacated by Darnell Wright. This should create a pocket for Williams to throw from, despite it not being traditional pass protection, giving him time to uncork the shot downfield. In the biggest moment of either team's seasons, this means so much. What happens next is one of the best plays of the entire 2025 season. This truly is one of the plays of the year. Caleb takes the snap and actions as if they're running outside zone, with the offensive line all moving laterally to sell the fake. What's key here is that none of the offensive linemen get at least a yard downfield, else that's a penalty on the Bears and negates any play that might happen. Ozzie Trapilo sends Lucas Van Ness into another time zone, Drew Dolman flattens a man, and Darnell Wright has Brenton Cox in a box. Cole Kmet is able to get his block well sealed, but because of the rules of the Packers defense, if Quay Walker's man doesn't go on a route, he's allowed to join the rush in what a lot of defenses call a green dog call. The same applies to Edgerrin Cooper. Walker is able to get around Durham Smythe and creates pressure as Williams gets to the top of his drop. This forces Williams to fade away whilst throwing the ball, potentially forcing this incomplete or creating a turnover. Moving downfield, Colston Loveland has been covered quite well by Valentine on his out route, and DJ Moore is being covered really well by Keyshawn Nixon. Anything other than a perfect throw is very dangerous. Luckily for the Bears, Caleb Williams is almost more comfortable off-platform than he is stood in acres of space in the pocket. He fires the ball into the absolute perfect spot where DJ Moore can run onto it and away from Nixon. Moore does a spectacular job of holding onto the ball through contact despite almost perfect coverage. This throw by Caleb Williams is quite literally inch perfect. If Caleb throws this an inch to the right, this play doesn't happen. If he's slightly off target, Keyshawn Nixon probably gets a pick and sets the Packers up for a game-winning drive. To throw the ball 60 yards to the perfect spot whilst fading away from pressure takes a very special player. Caleb Williams delivered in one of the most incredible moments of the season. Tom Brady called it a 10 out of 10 throw. Caleb said he knew it was good the moment it left his hand. Just sensational. The Bears would win the division a week later after Green Bay's loss to Baltimore, meaning that the Bears would host a playoff game at Soldier Field for the first time in 8 years. This is Ben Johnson's walk-off gamble that gave us one of the most incredible moments of the 2025 season.
On the fake, Williams looking downfield, launching downfield, going for it all! It is caught! Bears win it! DJ Moore!
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this video on how the Minneapolis Miracle actually happened. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing.